It's customary at the start of the year to think about all the things that you might want to change. And many people will give you good advice to think about setting goals and objectives for the year ahead. And that is good advice. But I want to focus on something different that can give you a better, happier, and more successful year ahead. Here are 12 changes that you can make. And when you do things differently, you get different results. So give them a go. The first change is what I call the Felicity Factor. And lots of research shows that people who are happier live longer, healthier lives, they are less prone to illness, and they're just generally happier. That means they can get more done, be more productive, and therefore get more success. So, be happy, be cheerful, make time for laughter and fun in your work and your social life. And, as an added bonus, people like people who are happy. They will warm to you, and when people warm to you, they are more likely to be influenced by you and to do favours for you. As a project manager, being happy can deliver real results. Second, be generous. Generosity nearly always repays the giver, and therefore, as a general policy, generosity is a fantastic investment. Start by being generous with your time and generous with the credit that you give to people for the contributions they make. It may be that you know you played a big part in your team's success, but forget that and be generous with the credit. Let other people take credit for what they've done, and they will thank you for it in return. Third, follow your passion. Tick, 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 tick. Another year gone. Make this the year that you take a determined step in the direction of your passion. Being in a job you hate, working with people whose values you don't share, all sets the dial to danger. There are many alternatives, and some of them can bring you joy instead. Fourth, say no more often. But not a gratuitous and petulant no, rather a strategic, noble objection. Noble objection is to say no for the right reasons, because it's not the right thing to do, and a noble objection is one that is courteous and respectful to the person you're saying no to, because you recognise that it's going to inconvenience them. And always, always, always remember, never a naked no. Always share your reason. Fifth, delegate outcomes rather than tasks. In the coming year, delegation is a great way to secure more time to do the things that are important to you. But make sure that you delegate outcomes rather than tasks, because that shows greater levels of trust and allows greater levels of innovation. And of course, it will develop your team members far more if you specify what you want them to achieve rather than how you want them to achieve it. That way they will learn new techniques and improve as professionals. Number 6 is to take more time for relaxation. We've had a tough couple of years, and we may well have another tough year to come. So make sure you take time to recharge your batteries, and then keep those batteries in peak condition with periods of relaxation to trickle charge them to keep them topped up. Number 7 is to read more widely, because all the research shows that wisdom comes more from breadth of knowledge and understanding than it does from depth of knowledge and understanding. And you may be familiar with our video on T-shaped people and T-shaped teams. Identify 2 or 3 topics that you've not looked into, you've not read about, you've not watched videos about in the last couple of years, and add them to your learning list for the year to come. As a bonus tip, reading intelligent fiction has been shown to increase levels of empathy and emotional understanding. That results in greater relationship building and communication skills, which in turn means that you're better able to influence people. And as a project manager, that is primarily your job. Number 8 is to remember names. Nothing says, "I value you," less than forgetting someone's name. Too many people say, "But I can't remember names." What they really mean is that the names don't matter enough to them to make the effort to remember them. Because most of us can remember names. We remember hundreds of names. So why should the next person in the list be any different? What matters is how much you care about that name and care about that person. Change number 9 is to listen more carefully. Do you find that when you listen to people, you find yourself either turning off or tuning in to your inner monologue? But when you really listen, people notice it. And so do you. Your understanding of what they're saying and what they're not saying doubles, trebles, quadruples. It's so much more powerful. Better listening will transform your relationships. It will prevent costly misunderstandings, and it will increase your ability to influence people and gain compliance. Number 10 is to improve your diet. And Michael Pollan has summarized all of the reliable scientific research into good diet in 7 words. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. I'm not here to tell you what to eat, but avoid fads and focus on the quality of the food and the quality of the way that you eat it. A high vegetable diet, maybe supplemented with a little meat, will give you improved health, reduced stress, and greater levels of happiness. And by the way, if you wonder why he has to say eat food, not too much, mostly plants, it's because he distinguishes real food from edible food-like substances. Edible food-like substances are the highly processed foods that we can eat. They won't kill us, but they're not real food. The less processing that goes into your food, the better. Change number 11 is to be more optimistic. There is a lot to fear in the daily news, both on a national and global scale, and often on our narrower organisational social scales. But that fear will not help us to resolve the problems that we face and make the world, or your part of the world, a better place. Rational optimism is not just a simple glass half full kind of optimism that says it's okay, it will be okay. It's a determination to find the opportunities in every situation and a resolution and confidence that you have the tools and the colleagues around you to solve the problems that you face. The simple fact is that pessimists may well be right more often, but optimists prosper more, live longer, and inspire the people around them. And frankly, being wrong a few times seems a small price to pay for all of that benefit. And finally, be grateful. When things go wrong, it's easy to dwell on if only this, or if only that. But instead, focus on the things you have to be grateful for. The big things like health and family, or the small details like a fantastic cup of coffee or a good friend. When someone has more than you have, it's easy to feel cheated, deprived in some way. But not if you focus on the things that you have that maybe other people don't. Be grateful for the people in your life, for the successes that you've achieved. for the small pleasures that you can take, for everything that you have. And if things do start to get on top of you, then make a habit every day of taking 20 minutes to go somewhere quiet and write in a gratitude journal one thing that you are grateful for that day. Making that a deliberate and regular practice will shift your attention towards the things you have to be grateful for and therefore give you a better year to come. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. I'll be making loads more great project management content, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.